So highway touring, or cruising as I like to call it, is probably one of the most popular ways of enjoying motorcycles. Well, I'm sure any bike could probably do it, but if you really want to do it in style, having one of these motorbikes is the best way to do it. This is the Indian Roadmaster Classic, and it's a beautiful machine. 1800cc engine on a massive 400 kilogram body. It's actually a sofa on wheels. So everything you need, comfortable seat, lots of storage compartments, plenty of torque to get you going on the highway, all an awesome technology, gizmos and features that you could dream of having on a motorbike. Well, this bike comes at a cost of 40 lakh rupees. That's amazing. You could get a brand new C-Class for that kind of money. But this bike really defines the art of motorcycling. The attention to detail, the engineering, the design, it's just a magnificent machine. And ever since Indian has come under Polaris ownership, they've done a tremendous job in making some fantastic motorbikes. In the touring segment, we haven't seen much competition towards this bike. Well, that's because the segment is not the most popular. The bikes are very expensive and doesn't cater to a lot of audiences. However, Harley-Davidson has now launched one of their new touring bikes, and this is the Street Glide Special. This was launched just a month ago, and it also comes with a very heavy price tag. This one is priced at around rupees 30 lakh. It depends on the customization, of course. The one right here is the stock version, and it's a beautiful machine as well. Obviously, it's not as big as the Indian Roadmaster Classic, but it's got its own set of awesome features, and it's also got an amazing 1800cc V-twin engine. Well, we've got both these bikes here. We've got a nice bit of stretch of road here, and we're going to see which of these two is going to be the king of the road. This is the American Civil War to see who the best touring bike is. When it comes to looks and design, all of these motorcycles more or less have the same layout. Big wheels, massive front fairings and fenders, wide leather seats, high handlebars and saddlebag. While the Indian is distinctly more retro, the Harley-Davidson Street Glide Special is much more modern. Yes, it is also the newer of the two, but the Harley-Davidson Street Glide also looks a lot more contemporary thanks to its dark color scheme and its blacked out look. Still though, the Street Glide is much smaller than the Indian. It is shorter and it's also much lighter. Which one looks better? In my opinion, I like the Street Glide Special, but the Indian definitely gets a lot more stairs on the road. Even though the Indian Roadmaster is a little older, it still gets state-of-the-art technology and features. Aside from the usual ABS, cruise control and LED lights, the Roadmaster gets a wonderful ride command system. The speakers are wonderful and the volume is automatically adjusted according to engine noise and speed. The Street Glide Special also gets special features such as ABS and cruise control, but it somehow misses out on LED lights. However, Harley-Davidson have updated their infotainment system on this bike. It now gets the new Boombox GTS infotainment system. The touchscreen is much sleeker in terms of design and it looks a lot more contemporary. Both these bikes have the same size engine. The Roadmaster gets the 1811cc V-twin developed by Polaris and it's a masterpiece. The engine is incredibly smooth and refined and pumps out 151 Nm of torque at 3000 RPM. The throttle response is on point and you will be amazed at how quickly this big bike picks up speed. The Street Glide Special also gets the new Milwaukee 8114 engine, which is also the product of brilliant engineering. The 1868 V-twin pumps out even more power with 163 Nm at 3000 RPM. The engine is a lot more raspy in terms of performance. The throttle response is more aggressive and the bike accelerates much quicker. The exhaust note is also much more noticeable, and overall the Street Glide does feel a bit more sporty than the Roadmaster. The Indian Roadmaster offers a much more laid-back riding experience. It's all about touring the countryside and taking everything in. You can cruise down the open road in the utmost comfort and feeling relaxed and calm all the time. The Street Glide can offer you comfortable cruising as well. The bike is also very comfortable, but it also has the added benefit of being lighter, easier to handle, and a lot more fun on the throttle. This bike really puts a smile on your face and makes you feel like a proper speed demon. The suspension of both these machines is tuned for smooth surfaces, so don't expect much on crappy roads. However, the Street Glide allows you to easily adjust the rear suspension. The overall ride quality is also more or less the same on both the bikes, but the newer and more powerful Milwaukee 8 engine feels just a tad bit more smooth. The clutch is also not heavy on either of the machines, and they both get a 6-speed gearbox that works wonderfully and easily. So both these bikes are fantastic machines in their own right, but if it was up to me, I would go for the Harley-Davidson. It's just a much better bike to ride, It looks better as well, according to me. I like the new look. The blacked out look looks very nice. It stands out for sure. It's a lot more subtle than the Indian, which stands out in terms of what's going on there. It's just so big and beastly. This is more manageable to ride as well. It's got more torque. It's lighter. The handling is better. You have a better lean angle as well. So overall, I say to ride, this bike is much better in terms of overall riding dynamics. Whether you're in the city or on the highway, it's much easier to ride. It's also much cheaper, of course, but if you want to customize it, you can do that, which is like what Harley-Davidson is known for, customizing your bike to make it unique to yourself. I like it as it is. The stock version is just beautiful. I mean, just cruising down, listening to your music, and the sound of this engine is just fantastic. Of course, there are so many other models in the Harley-Davidson touring line that are even more expensive than this one. The Indian goes even higher than that. But if you're just looking to have a great time, if you've got the money to spend on bikes like these, it really is all up to you and what you're looking for and what you desire. I can't come here and tell you that that bike's better than this. It's purely based on my opinion. 30 lakhs is not a joke for a bike that's very, very expensive. But, you know, overall, it's worth the money. Seriously, if you have it, it's worth the money. These bikes are so much fun and they really make you feel like the king of the road and no one can get in your way. So in my opinion, I prefer the Harley-Davidson, but the Indian, no doubt, is a fantastic machine. Go out and ride them yourselves and find out which one suits you.